Hello there, everybody. This is Mel Allen. Ain't no mountain high enough when a new season of baseball begins. Everybody's preparing to reach for the top, getting loose for those tight pennant races. It's a time when a retired Cy Young winner gets in shape. A current Cy Young winner gets ready to retire the opposition. A young team in Atlanta warms up to a good-looking future. The Dodgers plan their future around a third straight pennant. And the Brewers are saying the future is now. A preview of the race in the American League East and also the National League West. It's that time of year when just about everybody comes out with a fighting chance. All this and more next on This Week in Baseball. Brought to you by Gillette. When it comes to personal grooming, most people come to Gillette, makers of Atra Razor, America's original pivoting head razor.
You're out!
Sorry, kid. Gotta take you out of cleanup.
Over 6 million shavers have said goodbye to their old razors and said hello to Atra, Gillette's best shave. Micro-smooth twin blades and Atra face-hugging action combine to outshave every razor we've ever made.
Close. Very close.
Atra, Gillette's best shave.
Atra, you're in a league by yourself.
The Miller people promised me a case of light beer if I could keep this ball spinning for the length of this commercial. Now, I'm not one to show off, but I do just about anything for a few light beers. You see, light's got a third less calories than the regular beer and it's less filling, so I can stay loose. But the thing I like best is the taste. And I believe at this time that somebody here owes me a case of that taste. Thanks a lot, boys. See you around.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Hi, Charlie.
For the New York Yankees, 1978 was a real odyssey. All the way to the World Series, 162 games, plus one playoff, 4 league championship games, then 6 series contests with the Los Angeles Dodgers. This pitch from Goose Gossage finally brought the Yankees back to where they stood the year before, world champions. For the Dodgers, it was the old cry of wait till next year. For New York, an historic comeback by a team that was picked to be the front runner. This spring, the Yankees are picked again, and this time they'd like to trade some of last season's dramatics for a better start in the tough Eastern Division race. The champs want to relax and enjoy playing baseball without having to make up 14 games in the standings.
This year we'd like to try to win again, but we don't want to have to do it like we did last year. That was, you know, it was fun when it was all over, but while it was going on, it was a lot of pressure, and it wasn't all that much fun.
So the Yankees would like to have a little fun for a change. Oddly enough, that's just what they seem to be having despite a poor spring record.
Oh, man, I'm really getting it, aren't I? About 3 more throws like this, and I'm done for the day.
Of course, it's no fun hitting against Ron Guidry even in batting practice. After his spectacular 25-3 season, Ron knows he's a marked man.
I'm sure that every club that I go out to pitch against, their main goal is just going to be to beat Ron Guidry because of the year that I had. And, you know, I play for what I consider the best team in baseball today, and it's because of them that I had the record I had last year.
Conversely, it's because of pitching that the Yankees won last year. Now free agents Louis Tiant from Boston and Tommy John from Los Angeles join a staff of aces.
When you get to a certain age, you aren't looking for a lot of growth. You're looking for stability income, and I think that's what I was looking for with the Yankees, and that's what I found.
Stability is the word, all right. Reliever Goose Gossage is one of the few Yankees considered irreplaceable. New York has a history of building dynasties, and it's working on one right now.
I've always contended that winning is everything and losing is nothing. So if you want to know how I feel about things, and I think if I had my druthers, this Yankee team would continue to win for the rest of my lifetime.
The last time the Dodgers won a World Series, Sandy Koufax was pitching. Now he pitches only in spring training, but the Dodgers are still the team to beat.
I still feel confident we're the best team in the National League West, even though we did lose some instrumental people on our ball club. I think the individual we're going to miss most is probably Tommy John. And I think everything will hinge on whether Andy Messersmith can come back and do the job that we know he's capable of doing.
It's hard to know exactly what free agent Andy Messersmith will do for Los Angeles. Somebody must make up for the loss of Tommy John. The best bet could be young fireballer Bob Welch.
I was quite happy with my regular season. There was a few times where I ran into a few problems there. I lost 3 in a row, but I came out of that, and right now, I'm looking forward to making a starting rotation. But last year, it was a successful season as far as getting my feet wet and everything, and I hope to help out the ball club a little bit more this year.
Good pitching has always been a Dodger trademark, but ace reliever Terry Forster is injured, so starters like Welch and Messersmith must come through. This year, manager Tom Lasorda may have to count even more on his bats.
In 1977, the Dodgers did something that no other major league club ever accomplished when they had 4 players on the same team to hit 30 or more home runs, which was Dusty Baker, Reggie Smith, Steve Garvey, and Ron Cey. And of course, in '78, our home run output dropped a little, but we still have that great power, and we're looking forward to these guys giving us another year of tremendous power.
'78 may have been an off year, but the Dodgers still led the league in homers and runs scored while tying the Cubs for best team batting average. It's tough to bet against the Dodgers because men like Reggie Smith, Davy Lopes, Ron Cey, Bill Russell, and Steve Garvey love to play the game, especially for Tom Lasorda.
Davy Lopes said it so eloquently when he said, when we played for Tom Lasorda in the minor leagues, we needed him because he had to teach us how to play the game. But now that we're in the major leagues and we're playing for him, he needs us, and we're never going to let him down.
Now it's time for this year's first Volkswagen quiz. The Los Angeles Dodgers defeated the Philadelphia Phillies in 4 games of the National League Championship Series last October and thus won their 2nd straight pennant. This season, they shoot for a 3rd straight, a rare accomplishment in National League history. Only 2 other clubs can claim such a distinction. Can you name the last National League team to win 3 consecutive pennants? Stay tuned, for Volkswagen will ask you again.
That Volkswagen Rabbit really handles. Is that why you're driving it?
Not really.
Well, is it because it can go from 0 to 50 in 8.3 seconds? But then why are you driving a Rabbit?
Because it has more headroom than my Rolls Royce.
Is that such a big deal?
It is. If you're Will Chamberlain.
Volkswagen does it again.
Last year's biggest news in the National League West was the baseball renaissance in San Francisco. Giants attendance leaped from 700,000 to 1.7 million. Of course, that was because the Giants were soaring, holding first place for 3 months while setting a National League record of 42 one-run victories. Fans are sure to respond to such artistic victories, but it takes the kind of pitching San Francisco has to pull them off. Vida Blue, 18-10, set the tempo before his late season slump, which coincided with the Giants' sudden fall from grace. John the Count Montefusco had a bad back, yet still won 11 games last year. This season, he's predicting more. '17-game winner Bob Nepper is back with a young staff that could be baseball's best. Outfielder Jack Clark blasted off toward superstardom last season. They'll need his offense to go with the Giants' youth and enthusiasm. Throw in last year's experience, and you've got the ingredients which could produce a pennant.
I believe that the best nucleus of a ball club you can get is when you have good veterans such as the Willie McCoveys and Vida Blues, and then the good young talent such as the Terry Whitfields, the Jack Clarks, just to name a couple.
42 one-run victories will be hard to repeat, but pitching is often the name of the game. So don't discount the San Francisco Giants. Don't discount Big Dave Winfield and the San Diego Padres either. Winfield had his best season in '78. So did the Padres. San Diego finished strong to win 84 games. Winfield batted .308, knocking in 97 runs. Cy Young Award winner Gaylord Perry, still chipper at the age of 40, leads a pitching staff that was the league's second best in '78. It could be even better this season. Ace face Raleigh Fingers leads a bullpen that was tops in the majors, 55 saves altogether, 37 by baseball's most consistent fireman. The Padres are also blessed with Ozzie Smith. This is only his second year, but already he's being touted as the best defensive shortstop in the league. San Diego's offense may not be heavyweight, but these fans just love their featherweights. This bird fought his way to the top, and so could the young and feisty San Diego Padres. The Houston Astros misfired last season, but not Big James Rodney Richard. 303 strikeouts, tops in the majors. The Astros figure to climb higher because center fielder Cesar Cedeno picks himself back up after missing most of last season. The infield should be strong, with men like third baseman Enos Cabell still gunning down runners, and the addition of young shortstop Craig Reynolds, who hit .292 last year in Seattle, and this year will be playing in his hometown. In Atlanta, they speak in the future tense, but with potential superstars like Bob Horner, the future may not be so distant. 23 homers in half a season for last year's Rookie of the Year. Rookie Larry McWilliams also impressed with a 9-3 record while stopping Pete Rose's hitting streak. Still more talented youngsters join veterans like Jeff Burrows and this man, Gary Matthews, who feels a promising team is coming together.
We have a good nucleus as far as with the younger ball players on our team, and eventually we're going to win, and I just hope that it's in my time.
Reliever Gene Garber makes the Braves still more intriguing. After coming from Philadelphia, he saved 22 games. 40-year-old knuckleballer Phil Niekro sure hopes the team moves fast.
I don't put goals ahead of me. I think the only primarily basic goal I've got ahead of me ever is pitching in the World Series in Atlanta, Georgia. I think that's probably the only goal I've got. I've done just about, not everything, but a lot more things than a lot of pitchers will ever do or have done in baseball.
Curiosity seems to be the word for the 1979 Cincinnati Reds. Sparky Anderson is gone, along with baseball's second-best managerial winning percentage. So is Pete Rose, but other superstars remain.
Looking at my year last year, I would say compared to the league, was good, but compared to what I feel I could do, I'll accept it, but it's not the best year I feel I could have. But as far as leading the league in home runs and RBI, I'm happy in that area. but my average was down, but I know that I can hit better. And the thing is to go out there this year and, you know, do better.
Cincinnati's opposition had better watch out if George Foster improves, but other Reds will have to do better, despite last year's second-place finish. Ken Griffey hit .288, a drop of 30 points in his batting average. Dan Dreesen, .250, a drop of 50 points. Johnny Bench hit .260, 15 points off his 78 mark, and his runs batted in production fell from 109 to 73.
Right in front here now.
And Joe Morgan hit only .236, a drop of 52 points. Tom Seaver also slumped in 78, so there's work to be done, and Reds president Dick Wagner expects it to be done.
I think we can win as we are right now, but we have to play aggressive baseball to win, and you can't wait and expect to have the big inning. We're not that strong a club at this point, so we're going to rely more on pitching, and we're going to have to look at our defense. But I'll say this, that on AstroTurf, you simply have to take the game to the competitor. You can't sit back and expect things to happen. You make them happen.
Now back to this week's Volkswagen quiz. What was the last team to win 3 consecutive National League pennants? The St. Louis Cardinals, led by young Stan Musial in 1942, 43, and 44. The Volkswagen quiz was brought to you by the 79 Rabbit, Dasher, and Scirocco. Next week, Volkswagen will ask you again.
The Porsche 924, except for the roll bar, harness, and fire extinguisher, it's a showroom model. What do racing drivers like about this Porsche?
It's like the car was running on rails.
It's the way that this car comes out of the turns. It's just fantastic.
The cornering, the balance. I've driven Datsun Zs, but I prefer this 924.
Racers helped design this car. Believe me, racers can tell.
What will you like about the Porsche 924? You'll never know till you try one, will you?
Sorry, kid. Got to take you out of cleanup.
Over 6 million shavers have said goodbye to their old razors and said hello to Atra, Gillette's best shave. Micro smooth twin blades and Atra face-hugging action combine to outshave every razor we've ever made.
Close. Very close.
Atra, Gillette's best shave.
Atra, you're in a league by yourself.
For the Boston Red Sox, 1978 was the year that got away. A 14-game lead got away. Then in their playoff game with the Yankees, a 2-0 lead, compliments of Bucky Dent. Going, it is gone. And with it, gone were Boston's dreams of a pennant. But now another season begins, and manager Don Zimmer wonders what he has to do to capture the flag.
Well, number one, we're going to have to win more games than everybody else. I thought that we won enough games in the last 2 years. 1977, we won 97 games. We wound up second. Last year, we won 99 games, the second best record in all baseball, and we still wind up second.
Very little has separated New York and Boston, but though the differences might be minor, the consequences have been major.
Yankees have a tremendously strong bench. That's the difference between us and them.
Another difference could be pitching. Now the Sox go without Louis Tion and Bill Lee. Boston's hope is that pitchers from the farm system will take up the slack.
You know, who's to say what they're going to do? You know, nobody could predict what Jimmy and I did in '75, so who's to say we might not have a couple Cy Young Award winners on our staff here?
Last 2 years,
everyone said that the Yankees were going to walk away with it, and over 2 years we played 300 and some odd games, and there's been a difference of 3 games total.
The Baltimore Orioles have won more games in the last 20 years than anybody in baseball, and I think our organization, our farm system, our scouts have been responsible for it.
Baltimore's Earl Weaver surprises someone every year with his Orioles, and he does it with homegrown talent.
We've signed the right free agents out of high school and college and developed them well in the minor leagues. And I think if we can continue to do that, we're going to win our share of games, and when you're putting games in the win column, you're going to be right in there toward the end.
Invariably, Weaver's words ring true. Recently, ace pitchers like Mike Flanagan and Dennis Martinez have blossomed, as has slugger Eddie Murray. And the farm continues to produce. Now, rookie Sammy Stewart tries to crack Baltimore's pitching rotation, one that, of course, includes the great Jim Palmer, an Oriole rookie himself 14 years ago.
It's great to be able to extend your Little League career all the way till you're 33, and I guess that's basically what I'm doing right now. Probably the ultimate thing in my career right now, as far as being an active player, would to be back in a World Series. We know that we have to do almost everything perfect to win, and I don't think it dims your enthusiasm. I still enjoy the game. You know, a lot of people say it's hard work, but it's something that I think that everybody would like to do, be able to do something that you really enjoy.
The Detroit Tigers also did something they really enjoyed last season, played winning baseball, thanks to a load of young talent.
Building of a ball club ourselves, we've made more progress than some clubs that have gone way out and indebted themselves to millions and millions of dollars way down the road.
Detroit's investment in youth is already paying dividends and could include a run for the pennant in '79. Former Tiger great Al Kaline liked what he saw this spring.
We have a lot of good young ball players, and we have so many of them. Of course, you have to, when you talk about youngsters, you talk about our double play combination, Whitaker and Trammell, just outstanding ball players.
Manager Ralph Houck, who retired last season, believed his young Tigers were ready to contend. Now, manager Les Moss looks to finish the job.
Les Moss is working the players hard, and I think that a lot of the players that are here right now have played under Les Moss in the minor leagues, and we all know what to expect, and I think that it's going to work out really well with Les.
The Tigers are still pulling for disabled pitcher Mark Fidrich, who's trying once again to make a comeback. A healthy bird is just what Detroit needs to challenge the Yankees.
We're certainly not running scared of the Yankees. They've got a fine ball club. They have some age on them, but with that age goes a lot of experience, which certainly helps their position today. Now, how long that lasts, I think we can beat them.
In Cleveland, there should be no power failure at the ballpark this year. Last season, the Indians discovered one of baseball's best 1-2 power punches. Andre Thornton smashed 33 round trippers, drove in 105 runs. Gary Alexander hit 27 homers, tops in the majors for catchers. Now the Indians add still more.
Well, the future of the Cleveland Indians is very bright in my mind, even when you have a disappointing year, which we have had in the last couple of years. But basically, I think with the kind of nucleus that we do have, just a couple additions could put us over the hump into serious contenders.
From Texas come Toby Harrah and this man, Bobby Bonds. Between them, they add 43 homers, 74 stolen bases. So keep your eye on the Cleveland Indians. In Toronto, all eyes look up to the future for the expansion Blue Jays. That future is still several years away, but the Jays continue to build and make progress with aggressive youngsters like Roy Howell. Versatile speedster Bob Baylor. And last year's addition in center field, Rick Bassetti, a solid talent and born showman. Bassetti and company should keep Toronto fans entertained while the Blue Jays keep building for tomorrow.
I'd like to stay in Toronto and see it become a winner. Myself being the first player chosen by the Blue Jays, and then being here, say, 5-6 years and see it win a pennant would be great for me.
Some might regard it as too rough a climb, but this spring the Milwaukee Brewers clearly believe that this is the year they'll reach the peak of the American League East. Larry Heisel leads an offense that topped the majors in hitting and home runs in '78. And now Cecil Cooper returns from injury, making the Brewers all the more potent. This season, the man behind the mask could be a rejuvenated Ray Fosse, who says he's healthy and ready to handle some great pitching. Fireballer Moose Haas returns from the injured list. Free agent Jim Slayton returns from Detroit, where he won 17 games last season. And Bill Travers, a 12-game winner in '78, hopes to stay healthy for all of '79. Manager George Bamberger gives warning this spring to the Yankees that the Brewers have the talent to go the distance.
We have the best offense right near the top as far as defense, and the pitching, I think, is going to be one of the top in the American League. If our pitching does what I expect them to do, then we can beat the Yankees.
Now, for this season's first Gillette special, rookie outfielder Bill Sample, who should be a big hit with the Texas Rangers.
When I first signed, they said that I had to have 3 or 4 good years in the minors. And I got drafted because I could hit, and I got this far because I can hit. So in the back of my mind, I know that in order to stay here, I'm going to have to hit.
It took Sample 3 minor league seasons to get this chance, during which he never batted lower than .348, and he hit well over .300 this spring.
My goals are team goals. I mean, I would like to win, be a part of the American League West championship team. I mean, that's for starters. Of course, that might be a little pretentious being a rookie saying things like that.
Next week, I'll look at the Rangers and the other teams in the American League West, as well as the National League East. So join us, friends, for another year of exciting action on This Week in Baseball. How about that, big man?
Hi, this is Pete Rose for This Week in Baseball. Join us next week for more baseball action and get out to the ballpark whenever you can. I'll be looking for you.